So what is going on, guys? I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, there seems to be a problem with zombies, specifically BO3 zombies, but we have seen this before in BO2, BO1, World at War, all of these zombies games, even Black Ops 4. I suppose this has been brought up in BO3 a lot because of custom zombies, even though, again, we had that in World at War zombies, and this was also a big problem in that game, and the problem is hackers making BO3 zombies unplayable. In fact, also the multiplayer portion of the game as well is not playable, especially on PC, but this does also affect console players, so PlayStation, Xbox. It's less prominent on consoles, but it is still a thing. If you're a PC player, which personally I'm not, you probably would have experienced this a lot more than I have, and to be honest, I don't really play online anyway. The last time I played BO3 Zombies multiplayer with randoms or friends was when the game was relevant back in 2015 when it came out. Other than that, I play solo, so I haven't really experienced this to the extent that I know a lot of people have, because I've seen a ton of people complaining about this over on Twitter, not only for the past few weeks or few months, but years, which is crazy because it seems like only now it's become a big problem, or it's being brought up a lot more within the community, whether it be on Twitter or people making videos about it on YouTube, which is the reason why I wanted to talk about it, to hopefully try and get this fixed. At the end of the day, the more attention we bring to this, the bigger possibility of Treyarch, or more specifically Activision, allowing Treyarch to fix this problem. I've known that this has been a problem for a while, but I didn't know until now how big, just because it doesn't affect me as much because I don't play online, or especially PC, more solo or offline console for Black Ops 3. I'd say the most recent time I played Call of Duty Online was back in 2019 Modern Warfare, and a little bit of Cold War Zombies as well. Definitely not Vanguard, but this is a huge issue for Call of Duty overall. We know with Warzone, there was, or actually still is, a massive problem with hackers, to the extent where Activision released that, I can't remember what they called it, but there was a big promotion behind Activision's anti-hacker system for Warzone. They spent months working on it, it came out, and it did work as far as I'm aware, but not 100%. It did an okay job for a while. There were less hackers in Warzone, but then as time went on, hackers found a way to get around it, and hackers are still a problem in Warzone, even with that big anti-hacker system that Activision pushed as pretty much a DLC. That's what they advertised it as. And so when we come to the smaller priorities of Activision, because let's be honest, Black Ops 3 is nowhere near as big as a priority as Warzone is to them. BO3 isn't as big as a cash cow anymore. There aren't as many players. The microtransaction system isn't as lucrative on BO3 as it is compared to the newer games. Come to think of it, would BO3 even earn Activision that much money anymore? Not in terms of copies of the game, digital or physical, but also this game didn't really have bundles like the new games did. The only thing I can really think of is how Activision would make money off it is through the Gobblegum system for zombies. I know people still buy Divinium, but again, I'm not too sure if it's a lot of people. So it could just be that monetary wise, BO3 isn't worth fixing for Activision. I do know Treyarch would fix it if they could do, but at the end of the day, the final decision comes down to Activision. Perhaps it just isn't worth their time, or maybe it is unfixable. As we've seen with Warzone, fixes only work for a certain amount of time before people find a way to get around it. I mean, just look at World at War. That game came out in 2008. That had custom zombies, so there was a massive online player base for that game for a very long time until custom zombies came out on BO3 in 2015. And it was only around about a year after World at War released where the game was flooded with hackers, and it was never really fixed. And so here we are now with BO3 that came out in 2015, 7 years ago. Custom zombies released a little while after, but we still had online. Black Ops 3 is now an old game, but for many people considered one of the best, not only for zombies but for multiplayer as well. And it's just a shame that it's coming to, or has come to, a state where it's almost unplayable if you're playing online. And just to kind of show you the extent of the problem, where I learned that this is a lot bigger than I thought, over on Twitter you can see tons of tweets if you just put it in the search bar. Lex tweeted, the safest way to play BO3 in 2022 is on last gen. He also said, look at how wild this is. You think you're safe on BO3? Look at everything they can do. Wouldn't be surprised if they could just enter my bank account too and steal all of my personal information. I would do anything for Treyarch to fix this. And you can see from the image he's posted, there is a list of, I'm not sure if this is all of the things that hackers can do to you, but it's definitely some. If you play online on BO3, hackers can join your lobby, kick you from the game, delete your DLC, reload the map, crash the server. As far as I'm aware, some of this stuff you can only do on PC, so this is a bigger problem for PC players. But again, even if you're playing console, this is a problem as well. It's just less of one, but it is still there. At the end of the day, no one wants to run into a hacker. No one wants to be on, I don't know, round 50 on Shadows of Evil, round 100 on Revelations. I don't know if anyone's doing that. And then all of a sudden a hacker joins, kicks you from the game, yeah, it's not really something you want to be running into. And you think as gamers this would be something that we would be used to by now. We've seen hacking like this in gaming for, God, such a long time, since online gaming became a thing, to be honest. I remember the PS3, Xbox 360 days. Can you remember hacking on Modern Warfare 2? That game is absolutely ruined because of that now. And that's the state that Black Ops 3 is going to reach. You cannot go back and play a game of Modern Warfare 2, and in that same way, maybe a year or two from now, you won't be able to go back and play a game of BO3 multiplayer and zombies. And as we've seen with those games, they didn't get fixed, so more than likely Black Ops 3 isn't going to get fixed either. From now on, this problem is only going to get worse and worse, and eventually you're probably not going to be able to play BO3 online. Solo, you should be fine. If you want to play offline with your friends on a LAN, then again you should be fine. But if you want to play online, just looking at what's happened to previous Call of Duties that have had this problem, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, those games are now unplayable online unless you want to play with hackers. I haven't played Modern Warfare 3 lately, so I can't say if that has that problem. Black Ops 2, again, that has a huge problem with hackers. That game is it's unplayable. No one wants to play with hackers. What's the point if you've just got someone running around with aimbot? And that's something I've never really understood anyway, why you would want to hack in COD or any game. How is that fun? Surely the fun comes from the challenge, and the challenge comes from actually playing on a level playing field. But for people who just want to play games and have fun, it's sad because it ruins great video games. BO3, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, all great video games. 2 of those are ruined. BO3 will get to that state if Treyarch don't do anything about it, which they won't do because they haven't with the others. We can even go to Grand Theft Auto. You play online with that. There are tons of hackers there now. One of the reasons why I haven't played GTA Online in a long time. It's just a massive problem with gaming, and it doesn't apply to all games because there are some out there that developers do go back and fix, but for the most part they don't. And the only reason I can think of, because I'm not a developer, I'm not a publisher, I'm not in that industry, so I don't know, but the only reason I can think of as to why for the most part developers don't go back and try and fix this issue is because it's probably not worth it. With these older games, maybe the revenue they still earn from them isn't worth the resources that it would take to fix these problems, and more than likely, even if they did fix them, they wouldn't be long-term solutions anyway. Hackers would find a way around it, so developers having to keep going back and forth trying to find a solution after a while maybe isn't worth their time, which is sad. But yeah, this hasn't just been going on for the past few weeks or months, this has been going on for a long time. From this tweet you can see this came out in January at the start of this year, 8 months ago, where this person said getting hacked on BO3 zombies.
No.
I'm not down, I'm in just nightmare mode. Oh.
My Black Ops 3... Guys, look at this. My Black Ops 3 just closed by itself. Who the hell is Big Burger? Who the hell is this? I just had a Big Burger join me. Do you know a Big Burger?
No, I don't.
I don't have a Big Burger added. I never added a Big Burger to my friends list. Wait, I don't know who this is.
I don't either.
Once we had to private, we're safe. He's writing in my chat. We ran to a hacker.
That's someone else.
Wait, chat, who is this person?
Somebody else back in February said, if you hack on BO3, I actually hope you stub your toe. Back in August of 2019, somebody said, this makes me sad, with a video of somebody hacking. And there was a reply all the way back then in 2019, where someone said, rest in peace BO3, unless Treyarch fixes it soon. That was 2019, where hacking was becoming a big problem in BO3, and it wasn't fixed then. So 3 years later, I think it's safe to say at this point, this isn't going to get better. In fact, it's only going to get worse. So personally, I feel sorry for anyone who wants to play BO3 online, because there's a big chance you're going to run into hackers unless you're playing offline or LAN. This is just going to get worse, and it's going to make, for me, the best zombies, or one of the best, so many good maps on this game, unplayable with friends. And that's always been one of the best parts about zombies. Those were some of my favourite memories in BO2, just playing town with my friends. Transit, even though it was a bad map, it was still fun to play online with friends. Zombies was as a whole. That's become less and less of a thing as we've gone throughout the years, in my opinion, but with this, it's not even going to be possible eventually, unless you want to run into this problem. And I definitely don't. I don't want to be playing zombies, just having fun, and risk getting kicked from the game, or having my DLC deleted or server crashed. So yeah, there we go. I just wanted to make this video to bring awareness to it, not really awareness to Treyarch, because I know Treyarch know of this problem. They are aware of it. Again, I think they would fix it or would attempt to fix it or do something about it if they could, but that decision would come from Activision. So I didn't want to make a video to tell Treyarch that this was a problem because they know about it, but more so to just tell you and say this more than likely isn't going to get fixed and it's going to become worse and worse, which is a shame if you like to play online on BO3. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. Thank you all for watching and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.